Good morning, class. So today's lesson will be about the Europeans and the 13 colonies and what caused Europeans to settle in these new lands. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is to open your chapter books to Unit 4, and we're just going to go ahead and read as a class the differences between each of the colonies, as well as the reasons behind the colonists moving to those colonies. And so what I'm going to ask you to do at first is I'm going to set the scene for you so you guys can figure out what it would be like to be in the colonies. So I have a question. What would make you want to leave your home that you're living in now and go to a new land? What reasons? So I'm going to let you guys think about that, and then I'm going to go ahead, write your answers on the board, and we'll discuss them further. Okay, so go ahead, read those, and then we will go from there. And be sure that you're very detailed in your explanation as well as finding keywords. So go ahead, look in your chapter books, or just think about it as I read the scene for you. Okay, so once again, we see how different and how similar each of these colonies were. Like some of these colonies, a lot of their financial needs were met through ocean-based things, and then we find out that other colonies, their financial base was all through land. And so all this is in our textbook, and I love the fact that we were able to work together as a group as well as a teacher to figure out how all these were related. And so we see how all of these colonies had reasons for allowing more Europeans to come, as well as more Europeans wanted to come because they found out or they heard about how good of a life the colonies were. And so, back to a question that I had stated earlier, what would make you want to leave the comfort of your own home and go to a new one? Do I have anyone? Can anyone answer that for me? All right. Yes, because of the better life. Because you didn't know if the life you had at home was a life of comfort, and if you wanted to leave, how that would affect you. So that's a good answer. Yeah. Okay. So everybody did a great job on the worksheet. Now what we're going to do next is this is going to cause for some of us to open up our drawing skills as well as our retelling skills. And what I'm going to ask you to do, we find out reasons as to why the Europeans wanted to come to the new lands. They wanted to seek better life, maybe even escape religious issues they may have had. But what I want you to do as a group is I want you to come up with a story about yourself and your family if you guys were to move from your home to, say, the 13 colonies. Which colony would you move to? Why would you move there? But also, I want you to create pictures. I want you to draw pictures of you and your family picking up the comfort of your home and moving, and how would that look like? I want you to have a beginning. So the beginning of the story, details, a middle, details in the end. So pretty much I would want you guys to use the triangle chart, which is something like this, which is what we have. And in this, I want you guys to write a beginning of your story, leading up more details, the middle, more details, and then the end. So it'll look something like this. So Miss Naomi and her family, say we lived in one country, I would draw me and my family living in that country. And I would even draw like aspects of that country, and then maybe even have some thought bubbles as to, okay, we're going to move. And so as I'm leading up to the move, throughout the whole of my details, I would have pictures dictating or portraying how our move is going, any thoughts we may have or anything like that. And then my middle would actually be me and my family being in our new country, a picture of that and how life is. And as I'm going down through the triangle, you I would also I would also portray maybe just our job life or home life, what exactly it means to be living in that colony. And so my end would be maybe having a picture of me and my family either hugging, being excited, or anything like that. And so I want you in a group or a partner to come up with a story. I want you to draw pictures of that story. And if you want, you can write words, keywords. And once you're done, I will come around and I want you to tell your story to me or to the class by using your pictures. So, pretty much, you're narrating your story from the beginning, the middle, and the end through your pictures. So, go ahead. If you need some help, please feel free, raise your hand, and we'll be more than willing to help you. Thank you. Okay, so we're all done with that. So, if I can have someone come and maybe if they want to share their story, they're more than welcome to. Okay, first group, you may come up. Excellent, excellent. Okay, great job. Okay, great job for everyone doing this lesson. I know it's a little bit difficult when you have to dictate your story through pictures, but at one point in time, in history, people had to figure out how to tell their stories, and this is before words were invented. They would draw at them, and so this is what we're recreating through this lesson. And so, great job to everyone. What you're gonna do now is I'm gonna give you a sheet, and this is the sheet that you have to take home. And the sheet is going to be labeled "What influenced Europeans to come to the Americas?" So you're going to take your textbook home, the textbooks you guys actually have at home, and what you're gonna do is I want you to fill out this chart, and then I also want you to create another triangle chart as to what influenced Europeans to move to the Americas. And so, once again, it's the whole same process. And if you guys can do that and bring it back, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let myself or any of our aides know. And if you do need some more help, please let us know and we will help you out with that.